Alright, what's up guys? Today we got a quick video that's going to help you with your lateral movement. So if you're having trouble with your footwork, this cool trick is going to really help with your lateral movement. So check it out. Okay, so in part one we took a look at a way to improve our lateral movement just by simply turning our hips in the direction we want to go. So instead of doing the traditional kind of ring circles, lateral movement where your feet are basically parallel like this, and we shuffle from side to side, right? That's great, we can still do that too, but that uses more energy than this movement. If I just turn my hips the direction I want to go, and I'll go really slowly, basically kind of shuffling my feet in the direction I want to go, right? This way. And I'm staying, it's more of a fight stance. I'm not breaking my stance as much when I pull out purely neutral like this, okay? So it saves a lot of energy. It's actually easier to do this kind of footwork than the traditional ring circles where you pull out parallel, okay? Okay, so to take this a step further, we can actually move in one direction and you can turn your hips and basically change the direction you're facing while continuing to move in the same direction. So something like this, I'll start all the way over here and I'm gonna go this way. Do you see that? So I turn my hips, I changed the direction I'm looking, but I kept going off to this direction. So I'll go this way now. I'll go to the right side of the screen. Okay, so that allows you to basically keep an eye on your opponent. So if I got an opponent here and I need to move out laterally this direction, I start this way, but my head and hips are turning this direction to give me that lateral movement. But if he starts chasing me, I can turn to face him while continuing to move in that direction, okay? All right, so another reason this is pretty cool is because that's very similar to the motion you would use if you were to switch direction, okay? So if I want to move out this way and I wanted to change the direction, I kind of put my weight onto the right leg and then I shift over to the other side like this. So it's very similar to like a V step or a triangle step like this. Okay, so I go out to the side like this. I want to move this way, then I change my mind, and I go the opposite direction. So you can switch direction quicker in this kind of footwork than the traditional ring circles as well. So now you got the same kind of motion, the very similar motion you use to switch direction from this footwork also allows you to stay in the same direction while tracking, basically keep an eye on your opponent like this. Switch directions, stay in the same direction. Okay, so an easy way to practice this, what I used to do is I would get on a treadmill as a warm-up and I would just, for a couple rounds, I would set the speed to like 2 miles per hour. And I just constantly switch between the traditional parallel foot, lateral movement. I would slightly turn my hips, all while continuing to move in the other two directions so that my hips are facing forward, parallel, and then my hips and feet are facing the opposite direction that I'm moving. So I'm basically kind of moving backwards, okay? But I would do that for about 2 or 3 rounds as a warm-up sometimes. And then after a couple weeks, this is gonna feel very natural. It's gonna blend together with all the other kind of lateral movement, V steps, these kind of like Lomachenko style shuffle steps that you use to change direction. It's all gonna blend together after a while, but you gotta practice it until it becomes natural, okay? So like the video, see you in the next one.